Good evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Amita Balachandra. Now, I'm picking up the alleged attack on a Bangalore based beautician and the Zomato incident that we're talking about in Bangalore. Now, to give you a brief update on where the case stands, what are the different angles, I'll give you a bit of a background, right? The Bangalore based influencer that we're talking about is Desha Chandrani, who alleged that she was punched by a delivery executive that left her bleeding. And the delivery executive, on the other hand, went on to allege that she accidentally hurt herself and she herself was to blame. Now, while the video of the alleged attack went viral soon after, food delivery platform Zomato, and this is the latest development, has now released a statement over the alleged attack in Bengaluru, saying that they are providing all possible support to both the Instagram influencer and the delivery partner. Now, a lot of people online subsequently have gone on to take sides, talk about who's right and who's wrong, who they're favoring, all of those things. That's something that we're not going to get into. We're only going to talk about what's happened so far, what are the different angles, what are both these people saying at this point, and what the company has said in its statement, and where the investigation stands. To answer all of that, very briefly, I have with me Shomo Chatterjee, who works at the News Minute, who's been very kind enough to give us his time to speak to us about this, because he's been following this incident from day one. He was the first person to also get in touch with that food delivery agent as well, and subsequently many other channels also picked up. So I'm very glad to have Shomo on this conversation right now. Shomo, thank you so much for giving us your time. First of all,
Thank you.
if you can tell us about the incident itself, when it happened, what exactly happened, before we get into different angles in the story.
So the incident happened on Tuesday afternoon when the woman was injured and was apparently left bleeding. So her Instagram video explaining her account of the events had gone viral by Wednesday afternoon. That is when I think we first reacted to the story. Like, we did carry her Instagram video featuring her side of the story, where she alleged that she was punched by the food delivery worker Kamraj, and she said that her food was late, and I mean her delivery was late, and uh, rather than being apologetic about it, Kamraj was aggressive, and when she denied to take the order, she was assaulted, and that left her bleeding. And so that at that point of time, when we were trying to write this, when we published the story, before publishing, we had reached out to Zomato as well. At that time, Zomato had said that it was too premature for them to comment, and they had said that they are trying to help both parties. They will cover the medical expenses, and uh, that was mostly, I mean, they were trying to, I think, also ascertain what had happened at that point of time. That was the official line of Zomato. And then they subsequently they released a statement, which is an official statement, which was given to the mass media at large, that that they will be suspending Kamraj, which is, I think, little late in the evening, when they say that they will be suspending Kamraj from the platform on a temporary basis, pending investigation. And in the meantime, that they will be covering Hitesha's medical expenses. So that was the story, and by then it was more like everybody kind of was seemingly believing what came to light, like mostly of Hitesha's version, and we couldn't get Kamraj's version of events. Then uh, I had tried contacting food delivery workers whom I know from the protests which had happened in 2019, 2020 regarding they're not getting adequate compensation from Zomato, and it's same with it was with other delivery workers as well. Uh, so I tried calling people to find out who this delivery worker was, and try to get to hear his perspective on the developments. So I luckily, yeah,
I just want to interject a bit. Did you get in touch with him after the case was filed? Because there was a case filed and he was arrested. There was some interrogation as well, and then he was let out on conditional bail.
Correct. So the incident happened, I mean, that altercation which took place was at around 4:30 in the afternoon, and Kamraj was called to the police station at around 6:30 p.m. That is what I came to hear after I spoke to him the on Friday, I think.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, that was Friday when I spoke to him. And yes, so I think Thursday, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, so
So
yeah.
what did he tell you when you first spoke? I think you were the first person to speak to Kamraj and get his version as well. If you can take us through what he told you.
So he seemed very, I don't know, hurt over the developments. But for me, I mean, he said that, he was innocent, and he said that, he was wrongly being framed by Hitesha, and that he was, subjected to, not so parliamentary behavior, if you may call it. So he said
Okay.
that, he was abused verbally and then later assaulted. So he said that, he was late for his delivery. There is no doubt about it. He said that I was late because of, there was traffic, there was roadblocks. And until the moment he reached to her doorstep, it seemed all fine. But apparently things changed when he reached her doorstep. So this is again his version. And it is still, as things stand, his words against hers, and we don't have a CCTV footage or any sort of evidence to, corroborate any of these versions.
Hmm. And post that, there's one statement that Zomato put out, and that was a fairly long, detailed statement where they spoke about how they're covering both, the people's cost here, the influencers' cost as well, and the delivery agents' cost as well. So if you can take us through that statement, because you had said that a similar, conversation you'd had with Zomato earlier as well, because you reached out to Zomato for a response before as well.
Yeah, so my colleagues at the news unit had got, so my colleagues, I think two of my colleagues were working on the story on Wednesday itself, and they had gathered that, that Zomato was uh, kind of in doubt over the accounts. I mean, I mean, it's not right to say maybe they were in doubt of Hitesha's account. Probably they were trying to hear Kamraj's account as well, and so they were, I think, trying to be supportive of their their platform worker. So that happened, and that is when I think that is why they are being. I think in other circumstances, the company may not have provided him support as he's been getting now.
Okay, so this is the statement, and we'll put up that statement as well on the screen. The company has put out a fairly long statement talking about right from the get go. They say their priority has been to get to the truth, and that's why they're helping both, Kamaraj and Hitesha in this incident. They say that they are in constant touch with Hitesha, covering her medical expenses and helping her with the proceedings. And they also say that they're in constant touch with Kamaraj, extending all possible support to make sure that both sides of the story come to light. And that was the statement that was put out by Zomato. But Shoma, if you can tell us right now, where does it stand? What's the progress of the investigation? Is there any information that you are hearing?
Well, truth be told, the inspectors, I mean, the investigating officer doesn't really want to come on record, and he's being, so he is kind of evasive, and I think the case also has a lot of media attention to it. So I don't think they want to hurry or hush up. I mean, they don't want to hurry up on anything, and they just want to be very sure and careful about what they do. So till now, uh, so what I hear from Kamraj is that the police has been reasonable to him from. I mean, he was always heard from day one by the police. That's what I can tell you. I can also tell you that regarding Zomato's response towards Kamraj. So Kamraj, while speaking to me, has said that the Zomato staff who was on the support, like who also was aware of the developments as it were happening to some extent. They were supportive towards him throughout that period as well. So that is what Kamraj has told me. So I wouldn't be aware if yeah, about these particular developments. Yeah.
Okay, so this is where it stands right now. Both the aggrieved in this particular incident have their own versions to say. For instance, the influencer has alleged that she was punched by the delivery executive and that left her bleeding. On the other hand, you have the delivery agent who has gone on to allege that she accidentally hurt herself and she was herself to blame. There is a statement that Zomato has also put out saying that they're in touch, constant touch with both of them, and that they're providing all help possible, and that is where it stands. Any further development is what we are going to also put out, because right now a lot of people are coming to a lot of conclusion of who's right and wrong, and there's no way to say that because the investigation is still ongoing, and that is how much we can tell you. But Shoma, thank you so much for joining us and giving us all the information, for
Thanks
all
for
the
having
work
me.
you do, and for people who want to go take a look at that article that Shoma first put out. We'll put up a link in the description below. You can take a look at that as well. Thank you so much for watching.